As Kenya joins the world in celebrating International Day to End Obstetrics Fistula, milestones have been reached with the bid to stop women from leaking urine and stool. Among the important actors in this fight, yet usually forgotten, are community volunteers, an actor very important in the outreach program.
We also needed to do some work on community mobilization and community awareness. We know that fistula is a very stigmatizing condition. Many women who live with fistula are isolated from their communities. They live with fear and stigma. Many of them are abandoned by their families or their husbands. So really reaching out to these women was an essential aspect of what Action on Fistula was designed to do.
Yeah, the number of patients have actually increased over the years. Initially we used to see about 200, 250 patients a year, but now we are seeing more than 400 patients a year. And this is because there's been a lot of outreach activities to reach these women who are like lost in the villages.
Their main role is to sensitize the community on fistula and also to help in identifying and referring fistula clients. They are able to do this using different strategies. They use like the COPs, which are use of the community-owned resource persons and the community health volunteers. They also work with the media, and they network with health facilities, do community outreaches.
In the outreach component, we are purely working with the community level, trying to increase awareness about Action on Fistula program, doing various activities that inform the community about Action on Fistula, about the obstetric fistula issues in the community. Secondly, we also are identifying those women who are leaking urine in the feces. That means they could be having signs and symptoms of fistula. We identify these women. We do screen them, and then those ones who are found to be having a fistula, we link these women to the treatment centers that are being supported by Fistula Foundation.
At the center of Mount Elgon Sub-County, we meet one woman, Helen McCoy, a fistula survivor who is now a fistula ambassador. But this was not until she had her own encounter with the menace.
Kwa majina naitwa Helen McCoy. Mimi natoka Cheptais, nimeoleka, nina watoto 5. Na wakati mimi nilipata hii habari ya fistula, mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa victim, na ilikuwa mwaka wa 2001 kwa mtoto wangu wa mwisho. Mwenyewe nilienda nikatibiwa Eldoret, na wakati mimi nilitibiwa nikapona na nikarudi, tukakaa kidogo wakatangaza, na ndio tukaenda hiyo training na tulifanyia Cheptais Health Center. Wakati walitutrain, mimi sasa ni COP, Community Resource Person, nasaidia mama wenzangu.
Being a beneficiary of the Action on Fistula program trainings, Helen boasts of the high number of women she has helped to find fistula treatments.
Na tangu ni wasaidie kwa mama wenye tumesaidia saa hii, kwangu mwenyewe wamefika wamama 480.
We request Helen to take us through her daily routine as a community volunteer, and this is how it goes.
Wamama hoye. Hoye. Wamama hoye. Hoye. Okay, niko na machache kidogo juu ya afya yetu. Najua vile tuliumbwa, kila mtu hapa ni mgonjwa, hata mimi ni mgonjwa, sawa? Ukisikia ugonjwa ya kichwa ama tumba ama mgongo, tunakimbia wapi? Hospitali. Na kuna shida moja tu, sijui kama mmeisikia, inaitwa fistula. Mmeisikia shida moja inaitwa fistula? Fistula ni shimo ama kinonda ndani ya tumbo ya mama, na inasababishwa na mama kujifungua mtoto. Mmeisikia hivyo?
Her sense of humor has earned her the hearts of these women.
Wenyewe si mnaona bomba ya ama shamba ya wenyewe, na inapoharibika hata jirani ataicheka, si mnaona? Hata wewe mwenyewe tu kuchukua ufanye hivi, huyo John akuja atembee kwa hii shamba, mwenyewe utaaibika kwa sababu hakuna kitu utafia. lakini ukijitoa endo atibiwa na urudi, hata amesimama tu hapo, atoe tu mwenyewe, piga tu macho hivi, utaona mwili yake anafanya like, oh yes.
One by one, she goes through the oral screening questions to find out if there is a woman among these who could be having fistula. And yes, her search bears fruits.
Mtoto si amekuwa mkubwa na wagonga sana, unatumia nini? Makucha. Anakurarua mpaka nyumba kama kuku. Tunaona. Sasa atakwambia enda kaanga hivi. Tunaona. Na hapo hata maybe choo ikikuja mzito, unapoenda kwa choo fanya hivi, itararua. Exactly. Ama huyo mtu wetu, si mnajua nikisema baba shida kama hiyo ajitokeze na twende naye hapo nje tuongee. Ni nani? Kuna mmoja mama wewe ni mimi amejitanga tu pole pole. Oh, karibu na shida. Toke tu pole pole. Unaizi ikikuja ama yenyewe natoka tu?
Naizi, yani naizi.
Unaona tu yenyewe imeteremka. Sasa ni miaka ngapi?
Sasa tuseme ni miaka 3.
Na usiku kilala?
Pia hivyo tu.
Hivyo tu. Na mchana?
Pia hivyo tu.
Hivyo tu. Una jina?
Sijina.
Na mzee wako?
Mzee.
Kwa amevumilia.
Fistula Foundation is one of the few non-governmental organizations in Kenya that have helped in the fight against fistula. Through its 3-year program, the organization has surpassed its target of 1,200 fistula treatments.
As we look back at phase 1, we've actually been able to do more than double. So we've more than doubled our surgery target. We've reached over 2,400 women with fistula over the past 3 years.
And through its partnership with the Action on Fistula program, Kenya now has a center for training fistula surgeons, an entity that has seen the training of an addition of 6 fistula surgeons to the existing field in the country.
We also looked at the training of surgeons. So we know, and we've heard from our colleagues, that there are very few trained fistula surgeons in Kenya that are providing routine fistula repair services. So we knew that one of the major barriers to helping more women get treatment was that there were a lack of trained surgeons. So we embarked on a surgical training program together with our colleagues FIGO, the Federation of International Gynecology and Obstetrics. We started a fistula training program here in Kenya. We were able to accredit a training center in Kenya with FIGO. FIGO has only 5 training centers in the world, and we have one here in Kenya, and that's at GynoCare Women and Fistula Hospital in Eldoret.
True that, like you're saying, I'm actually the only formally trained female fistula surgeon in Kenya. It has its advantages because I work in various areas.
The organization does not only stop at ensuring that fistula treatments are accorded to these women, but rather it also empowers them economically as part of the reintegration program.
Majina naitwa Shasha Lenges, nimetoka Samburu County. Sasa nimekuja GynoCare 2013. Sasa kuanzia siku hiyo nilikuwa na shida ya fistula, lakini nikatibiwa, nimepona. Sasa penye nimepona, nimesomea Catering College, nimemaliza. Sasa hii naendelea kushona hii stable mat. Naona maisha yangu imebadilika tangu niingie GynoCare, lakini fistula nimepona.
Nilikuja hapa niko na karibu miaka 3 sasa. Na nilipokuja hapa nikakuja nikatibiwa, na nilipotibiwa nikapona, na hao wakanisaidia pia kuniongezea elimu babu. Sasa nikaendelea tu kushona hizi vitu.
This is the center where these girls come after they've had their surgery and are looking for a way to get back on their feet and become empowered. So they come and they spend anywhere from 9 months to some have stayed longer until we find the right fit for them. and they learn to sew. They learn some life skills. We teach them business training and budgeting skills before we let them go. When they're ready to leave, we then give them a stipend to start their businesses, and then we follow up with them with a program called Quilts for Empowerment, which was specifically designed to help some of these girls that can't go home work for us. We create products. They're sold in the U.S. and in Germany and a few here in Kenya.
The training of 6 more fistula surgeons has resulted to increased number of fistula operation due to high fistula case.
The last few years, I think the number has increased in Kenya now because we have had a chance to train doctors, young doctors who have been trained to do fistula surgery through the Action on Fistula program, an organization that is supported by Astellas Foundation, Fistula Foundation, and Astellas Pharma from Japan. They are helping us to actually train doctors to do fistula surgery, and we've had a chance to train 6 doctors, and these ones are based in Nyanza, some are based in Nairobi, so that they are able to operate patients, and some refer some of them to us who have difficult conditions. So the number of patients has maybe skyrocketed up to 1,000 to maybe 1,500 in a year.
For KTS from Uasin Gishu County, my name is Regina Orlando.